जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय गोपी जना बल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय जय गोपी जना बल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जसोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन सदा जसोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन जसोदा जमुना तीरा बनचारी नती जमुना तीरा बनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय जय गोपी जना वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय जसोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन जसोदा जसोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन जसोदा जमुना तीरा बनचारी यमुना यमुना तीरा बनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद जय Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hey, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Jaya Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Krishna Balaram, Jaya Vrindavan Dham, Jaya Krishna. Jaya Lalita Visakha, Jaya Radhe Cham, Lalita Visakha, Jaya Radhe Cham. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Gurudev. नित्यलीला पेविष्ट जयं विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्री श्रीमद एसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की। नित्यलीला प्रविष्ट जयं विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत गोस्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव भक्त वृंद की। नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की। जय श्री 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 रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ षडगोस्वामी प्रभुगण की। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की। जय श्री श्री वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की। जय श्री श्री मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की। जय श्री श्री पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की। जय श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की। जय श्री श्री द्वारका धाम की। जय श्री श्री अयोध्या धाम की। जय श्री श्री बद्रिका धाम की। जय श्री श्री कृष्ण भक्ति पदायिनी श्री श्री वृंदा देवी तुलसी महारानी की। जय श्री श्री गंगा मैया की जय। जय श्री श्री जमुना मैया की जय। जय श्री श्री जुगधर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। श्री श्री हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय। All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Guru and Gauranga, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskrutyam naram chaiva narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatir Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naisthiki. Hare Krishna. तो सर्वप्रथम मैं यहाँ पर उपस्थित वैष्णव वृंद और वैष्णव वृंदों के चरणों में मेरा प्रणाम और आप सभी के एक्चुअली इट इज इंग्लिश क्लास आई एम सॉरी सो आई नीड द मर्सी ऑफ ऑल द वैष्णवज एंड वैष्णवीज so that I can speak something from the great sacred literature spoken by Lord Kṛṣṇa himself, so that I can purify myself and also whatever little understanding I have by reading Srila Prabhupada books and all other acharyas books, and also by hearing from different sources. So I like to share with all of you. So please be kind enough to support me so that and bless me also so that I can speak what I have understood. Hare Krishna. So today we are going to read the text 4 of chapter 11 of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, that is the entitled by universal form. So this sloka is manyase jadi chakyaṁ mayā draṣṭum iti prabho yogeśvara tato tvam darśayātmānam avyayam manyase jadi chakyaṁ mayā draṣṭum iti prabho yogeśvara tato tvam darśayātmānam avyayam manyase jadi chakyaṁ mayā draṣṭum iti prabho yogeśvara tato tvam darśayātmānam avyayam. Anybody like to repeat? Manyase jadi chakyaṁ mayā draṣṭum iti prabho yogeśvara tato tvam darśayātmānam avyayam manyase jadi chakyaṁ mayā draṣṭum iti prabho yogeśvara tato tvam darśayātmānam avyayam manyase jadi chakyaṁ mayā draṣṭum iti prabho yogeśvara tato tvam darśayātmānam avyayam manyase jadi chakyaṁ mayā draṣṭum iti prabho yogeśvara tato tvam darśayātmānam avyayam. Mataji, manyase jadi chakyaṁ mayā draṣṭum iti prabho yogeśvara tato tvam darśayātmānam avyayam manyase jadi chakyaṁ mayā draṣṭum iti prabho yogeśvara tato tvam darśayātmānam avyayam. So, what word meaning? Manyase, you think. Jadi, if. Tat, that. Śakyam, is able. Maya, by me. Draṣṭum, to be seen. Iti, thus. Prabho, O Lord. Yoga-īśvara, O Lord of all mystic power. Tataḥ, then. Me, unto me. Tvam, you. Darśaya, so. ātmānam, yourself. Avyayam, eternal. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The translation is like this. If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self. Can you all repeat after me? If you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self. So, purport. It is said that one can neither see, hear, understand, nor perceive the Supreme Lord Kṛṣṇa by the material senses. But if one is engaged in loving transcendental service to the Lord from the beginning, then one can see the Lord by revelation. Every living entity is only a spiritual spark. Therefore, it is not possible to see or to understand the Supreme Lord. Arjuna, as a devotee, does not depend on his speculative strength. Rather, he admits his limitations as a living entity and acknowledges Kṛṣṇa's inestimable position. Arjuna could understand that for a living entity it is not possible to understand the unlimited infinite. If the infinite reveals himself, then it is possible to understand the nature of the infinite by the grace of the infinite. The word yogeśvara is also very significant here because the Lord has inconceivable power. If he likes, he can reveal himself by his grace, although he is unlimited. Therefore, Arjuna pleads for the inconceivable grace of Kṛṣṇa. He does not give Kṛṣṇa orders. Kṛṣṇa is not obliged to reveal himself unless one surrenders fully in Kṛṣṇa consciousness and engages in devotional service. Thus, it is not possible for persons who depend on the strength of their mental speculations to see Kṛṣṇa. Om Ajnānatimirandhasya Jnānanjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Soyam Rupaha Kadamaiham Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Kṛṣṇa Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhanvitamscha He Kṛṣṇa Karuna Sindhu Dīnabandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrisabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Kṛṣṇa Prema Pradayate Kṛṣṇāya Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Namne Gauratasi Namaha Jai Sri Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabho Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Bhasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Kṛṣṇa 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Kṛṣṇa 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Kṛṣṇa 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhete girim Jatkupatamah vande Sri Guru Dinatarinam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. So first of all, you all are, I want to just mention that all of you are listening since a couple of days about the very important, very interesting chapter in Srimad Bhagavad Gita entitled The Universal Form. And this particular text 4, which we are going to discuss today, it's basically a very humble prayer by Arjuna at the lotus feet of Lord Kṛṣṇa. If you just see to the translation, I just want to read it again. Here, Arjuna says, if you think that I am able to behold your cosmic form, O my Lord, O Master of all mystic power, then kindly show me that unlimited universal self. So, hopefully, many of you have heard from Vrindavan Prabho yesterday that in the previous text, actually Arjuna is inquiring from Kṛṣṇa regarding a couple of things. The first thing he is inquiring is that is the previous sloka, that Kṛṣṇa, how he is expanding in the entire universe in various forms, how he is pervading all around by his inconceivable power of energy. So there Arjuna is requesting that, my Lord, your energies are like they are inconceivable, means we can't understand. The mundane person, we all have 4 defects as we know. So with that defects, nobody can understand how your energies are working. So in this previous sloka, Arjuna is telling, you are the maintainer, you are the sustainer, you have, unless you enter this universe, nothing is going to work. So that we know, as the Srimad Bhagavatam, we have understood from all this, the Mahat Tattva in form of Pradhan, it is stored in the belly of the Mahavishnu, right? So from there, the creation starts, and then first the Mahat Tattva become, the Pradhan become agitated by the time factor, who is the Lord, not directly, he actually looks, that is called ikshana. He just make a glance to Lord Shiva. And through Lord Shiva, who glance unto the Durga, Mother Durga, from there all the 3 modes of nature, that is goodness, passion and ignorance, that get agitated and the creation starts. So in that previous text, Arjuna is saying that how your inconceivable energy is working. So I want to just see, in the previous chapter, all of you have heard in the 10th chapter, which is the Vibhuti Yoga, where Lord has very elaborately described how he is among the mountains, he is Sumeru, among the, Sthavaras, he is the Himalaya, among the reservoir of water, he is the sea. In elaborately, so many points Kṛṣṇa is describing. If you go back further in the 9th chapter, the last sloka of Kṛṣṇa says, Manmana bhava madbhakta majjājimam namaskuru. So in that, Kṛṣṇa is telling, you do these 4 things, you are undoubtedly you are going to come back to me. The same sloka is located in 18th chapter as well. This is the summary sloka of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And there, after that, Arjuna says, fine, okay, why should I pay obeisances to you? Why should become a devotee? What you have? Right? So then you tell what is your opulence. Then elaborately Kṛṣṇa describes in chapter 10 all his opulences. Right? And then from there, Arjuna says, my dear Lord, okay, you have showed all these things, but now there are some people in future, they may question, whatever Kṛṣṇa has said, it may be because speculation. He might have just told to show his greatness, but whether they are fact or not, to prove that, can you show your universal form? This is today's sloka. Arjuna is very humbly praying to Kṛṣṇa, that if you think I have that qualification, then only you reveal your universal form. Universal form means it is actually material form. The Purport Prabhupada said, it is not easy to see the universal form unless somebody has a transcendental vision. That is called Divya Drushti. You must have heard, how many of who all have seen the universal form? Can anybody elaborate those names? Who have seen the universal form of Kṛṣṇa? One is definitely Arjuna. Well, Arjuna saw there are so many demigods, sages, and they were also crowded in their aeroplane in the sky. They also beheld that universal form. So fortunate, isn't it? So by this material eye, nobody can see, right? Because Lord is what? Adhokshaja. He is beyond all the senses. So it is not possible. So unless Lord empowers a particular living entity to see his universal form, means Virat Rupa. There are you can see in further slokas, Kṛṣṇa will describe his Kala Rupa. Aham Kalasmi, Kalasmi Aham. Means I am the time, I am the death personified. And there Arjuna could see thousands of heads, thousands of hands, and all the effulgent form of the Lord. It was very fearful, isn't it? So, in that, then what is that qualification required Arjuna has? Kṛṣṇa knows. Kṛṣṇa knows the heart of the Arjuna. What is that? Kṛṣṇa knows Arjuna doesn't want to see this universal form. Why? Why Arjuna doesn't want? Because he is a devotee. Arjuna is a devotee. A devotee doesn't want to see a ferocious form. He is very satisfied with the two-handed Sam Sundar form, with the Dibhuja Muralidhar. We see our Sam Sundar, so beautiful, isn't it? So, normally devotees, they don't want to see the opulence of the Lord. In the previous chapter, Kṛṣṇa has elaborately described. But Arjuna had a doubt that in future there may be many impostors. They may claim that I am God. It is happening nowadays. You see so many people, Babas and all, they have come and gone and they claim themselves to be God. Right? Then this chapter is the reference point where they can be questioned. Then you have these qualities, then you are God. So for to refute those so-called impostors, Arjuna is telling, and also Arjuna wants to prove that whatever Kṛṣṇa said is not a bluff, right? Somebody may say, oh, Kṛṣṇa may be a powerful person. He had just told how can he be, Kṛṣṇa says, Rasaham apsi kaunteya, I am the taste in the water, I am the Sasinam Surya, moon and sun, I am the illumination. So like that Kṛṣṇa elaborately describes. So that's how a devotee actually he sees Kṛṣṇa everywhere. The devotee, for him Kṛṣṇa is not like he is easily seen, and Lord also sees his devotees. So like that. So there are many reasons Arjuna quotes. So one of the reason is the Arjuna wants to basically he has to substantiate. He has to substantiate the things Kṛṣṇa has told in the previous chapter. Especially Kṛṣṇa mentioned in the last verse of the 10th chapter, 10.42. 10.42, Siddhar Swami also in his commentary, he mentions this, that Kṛṣṇa says, Ekam sena sthito jagat. So all these things I have described, they are just present in the fraction of my body. So how it is present? If unless you saw, nowadays in Kali Yuga, people believe in their eyes. They don't believe in hearing. Whereas Lord can be realized by hearing. It's not so easy. So people, unless you saw something by witness, nowadays this, what do you call this, mobile phones. Everything, we have that entire temple, there are so many CC cameras, closed circuit cameras. So everybody needs some eyewitness, right, in the court of law. So like that, but formerly, like, by hearing people used to remember, there is no books available. Because Kali Yuga, manda sumanda mataya manda bhagya upadruta. Everybody is very slow in spiritual, memory is very less, advancement. So that's why all this literature was written by Vyasadeva. So to substantiate the Kṛṣṇa's statements, okay, and then Arjuna is requesting, just show your universal form. So universal form it's inconceivable. How can a small tiny soul who was only aware of only his body, as compared to Lord who is aware of all the living entities? That's the difference between the Lord and the living entity. A living entity only he can say, like I am a person, I know what is happening in my body. I can't say what is happening in your body, what you are thinking, isn't it? So unless I am antarjami, unless I am very pure, right? So similarly, so a jiva, here you see what Arjuna is saying very humbly. Prabhupada writes in the Purport, the first sentence, see the very first sentence, it's very powerful. What it says, the one cannot perceive or hear or see or understand the universal form of the Lord by his material senses. So how the senses will be eligible? By purification. Once it is engaged in devotional service of the Lord, then senses get purified. And the devotees, they also always engage. So that is a different thing. But here in this particular text, Arjuna is requesting for the material form. It is a temporary form basically. It is like which, when the creation takes place, the form is formed. And again, when the destruction takes place, this form disappears. So it appears, disappears, appears, disappears. It's a temporary form. So just to satisfy Arjuna, finally Kṛṣṇa will show in later on, in the 8th words of this chapter, Kṛṣṇa will say, Pasyame, I will just read that very wonderful text, because that sloka, actually, our Ramanujacharya, he quotes that sloka. So, na tu mam sakyase draṣṭum anannaiva swachakshusha divyam dadami te chakshyuhu pasyame jogam aishwaryam. Here the jogam aishwaryam. Here Kṛṣṇa is showing Arjuna the Aishwarya form, full of opulences. Devotees, they don't like Aishwarya. They like Madhurya. They like the love. They want to serve Kṛṣṇa. They don't want to see Kṛṣṇa just like the Kurukshetra. The gopis were not happy to see Kṛṣṇa in a very costume of a king, surrounded by, so many horses, elephants. So like that. And here the word Aishwaryam, Jogam Aishwaryam. And then Divyam dadami chakyaṁ. This word is particularly important in this text. So Divyam, Divya Chakhu means it is a special power. See, there are two things. One is the mind, one is the vision. Okay, try to understand. Spiritual vision and spiritual mind. Okay, so mind, normally devotees, what they do is, they think about Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa is telling mana. But here in this sloka, Kṛṣṇa is not telling Arjuna to think. He is telling, I am giving this special vision. You can envision, you can see my extended form. Please sit. So, like that. So, just to complete the list, Mother Jasoda also saw the universal form. Right or not? When Kṛṣṇa, in the Brahmanda Ghat, that Leela took place, and Kṛṣṇa opened his mouth. He was yearning actually. So, Mother Jasoda could see repeatedly. But out, because her consciousness is covered by Jogamaya, so she could not perceive. She thought, okay, maybe it is some dream I am seeing. So again, she consoled herself. So the devotees, they never prepared to accept Kṛṣṇa as God. That is the basic difference, like Gopas and Gopis. They never like to see the Aishwarya form. In fact, when Kṛṣṇa showed the 400 form, they said they just paid their obeisances. Okay, then have you seen Kṛṣṇa? Right or not? So, because actually the 200 form is the most beautiful one. And this is very ferocious. You see, Arjuna became frightened to see that form of Kṛṣṇa. He said, oh, what is this? So, and then he started praying to Kṛṣṇa. It will come in the subsequent verses. So, who all have seen? Who else? One is Jasoda, one is Arjuna, one I said the demigods and the sages. And who else has seen? Duryodhan. Pardon? Sanjay. Yeah. Yes, Sanjay also got that Divya Chakshu by Vyasdev. But here Kṛṣṇa is directly giving to Arjuna. Right? So why Kṛṣṇa is giving that? What is that qualification required? Most important thing. In this sloka, the whole sloka is based on one word called yogeśvara. That the key word Prabhupada says in the Purport. Yogeśvara. Yogyo, he is the, Isvara means controller of the yogis. Right? He is the controller of the yogi. That means Kṛṣṇa is avyayam Sorat. He is so independent, nobody can challenge Kṛṣṇa. Nobody can, ask Kṛṣṇa whom to show this universal form, who is qualified or not, where to show, when to show, how to show, in what circumstance, what form. Everything Kṛṣṇa is almighty, all powerful. That is why he is called yogeśvara. Right? That yogeśvara word is very important. And in Ramanujacharya, he says in his commentary, yoga means, he means Gyan, and all other like karma and all these, yoga means that. Bhakti yoga, karma yoga, all these yogas, he means that. he meant that. So all these yogas, so that he is the supreme controller, means Kṛṣṇa is the basis of creation, maintenance and annihilation. Aham sarvasya prabho matta sarvam pravartate iti matta bhajante mam buddhavava samnate. In Chaturshloki Bhagavad Gita 10.8, Kṛṣṇa says, I am the source of everything. So for that, one should, on a fixed intelligence, one should worship me. So in that same thing here, we can see that yogeśvara here, Ramanujacharya, he describes, because Kṛṣṇa is the basis, he is the creator, he is the founder of all these things. So he has the power to decide whom to show, whom not to show. And one more thing, unless Kṛṣṇa reveals himself, you try to understand there is a difference between seeing by our own power, seeing by our own power. Can we see God by own power? No. So that is the main theme of this sloka. Arjuna is telling, I have no qualification. I have no qualification. So if you feel I have some qualification, then you may display me. That is revel. Revelation means you can see Kṛṣṇa standing right in front of me. When somebody are very advanced in bhakti yoga, they say devotional trance. Trance means it's fixed up. You have seen this milk, they stir it, they boil it. They boil, keep on boiling, it becomes rabidi. And if you still further boil, it becomes kawa. They make peda out of it, right? So like that, somebody is very matured. All the impurities of the contamination of the material modes, when this consciousness is totally purified, that means in the pure devotional platform, like the gopis, then only one can see the form of the Lord. Otherwise it's not possible. Mostly we speculate. This is unreason. Arjuna got the mercy of Kṛṣṇa. There's a very nice sloka. I will read it for you. It is mentioned in the Vedic mantra. It is called like Nayam Atma Pravachanena Lavyo Na Mad Medhaya Na Bahuna Shrutena. Here it is said Nayam Atma Pravachanena. Somebody may be very expert in giving pravachan. Like you can see, many of us, we are not devotees actually. But we in ISKCON, Prabhupada has made so many arrangements. By hearing, anybody can sit in the Vyasasana like I am sitting. Absolutely unqualified. You should know the third sandarbhas to sit on the Vyasasana. But simply we are sitting and repeating what we hear from Srila Prabhupada. But here you see, what is the qualification required to see God? Many people they ask, can you show me God? We come to we go for preaching. Also people, have you seen Kṛṣṇa? So what answer I should give? I said, yes, we see daily in our deities, Kṛṣṇa is there. And in all the Shastra, Kṛṣṇa is there. It's non-different because we know little philosophy. But the beginners, the neophyte, it's very difficult. So then, what is the qualification? Not by tapasya, not by swadhyaya, jnana, not by pravachanena, by eloquent speaker. You very logically explain the chapters of Bhagavatam, all the Shastras. Still you cannot be qualified. And also next thing he says is medha. One is very intelligent. Still you cannot see Lord. And then this srutaya, srutena. Srutena means he has heard from many speakers. We see they are like encyclopedia. They can give for hours and hours. On one word they can speak for 6-7 hours. I have seen eloquent speakers. Still they are not qualified. So what is that qualification? Balabhadrena. Balabhadrena means unless one has got the causeless mercy of a pure devotee, of an acharya, predecessor acharya. You see, most of the purports Prabhupada has written, exactly if you see, they are right as per the previous acharya's purports. They are not different at all. If you read Ramanujacharya, Bhaktivinoda Thakur's commentary, Baladev Vidyabhushan, and also Vishwanath Chakravarti, all the purports Prabhupada has taken from there. You see, that is how a pure devotee is. But we are so proud, we speculate, we imagine, I know God may be like this, God. The Prabhupada says very clearly. So this speculation is very dangerous. Most of us are speculatives. Because we are not on the platform of, we have so many anarthas in our heart, how can he say, so what is that required? So what? That is a continuous practice that is required. It said in there is a very nice verse in Brahma Samhita, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hrudayesu Vilokayanti Yam Sama Sundaram Achintya Guna Surupam Govindam Adipurusam Tamaham Bhajami. So there it is very nicely said. So that is the qualification of a devotee who want to see Kṛṣṇa. Prem Anjan. Anjan means that is the mascara they call, ointment. Yeah, that is a blackish. Radharani, she applies. Why Anjan is applied? For what purpose? To make the vision clear, so that you can see things very clearly, right? So similarly, when we practice pure devotional service, so all our vision, our consciousness, everything is so purified, then we can see Kṛṣṇa directly. Then Bhagavad Gita also Kṛṣṇa says very nicely, what is that shloka? Naham prakasam sarvasya yoga-maya samavrutam. So yoga-maya has covered the consciousness of all the Vaikuntha-vasis, like those who are pure devotees who stays with Kṛṣṇa. So their consciousness is covered by yoga-maya, whereas our consciousness is covered by Mahamaya. So there are two aspects, try to understand. So that is why we can't see, just like suppose I apply a curtain in front of me. Once that curtain is removed, I can see what is, there is a camera is there, all of you are sitting. So it's like that. So just can any of us imagine, whatever we see is like a dream. It's mentioned in all the shastras. So it is all not real, right? So unless that yoga-maya curtain is removed, we can't see God. So like Isopniषad, it says in text 15 and 16, the devotee is praying to the Lord, please remove the effulgence, Brahman effulgence. You see in some of the Murti's photographs, you see there is a circular thing behind the Lord's head. What is that? That is a effulgence, Brahman effulgence coming from the Kṛṣṇa's body. So the devotee prays, please remove that so that I can see you. Very nice pastime in 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where Muchukunda, he kills that Kalyavana. By just glancing at him, the fire goes and it burns the body of Kalyavana. He dies. And then immediately he looks, who has actually made me awake? So then he saw very strong effulgence. Then he is praying, who is this? Then he understood, he is my worshipable Lord. So then Kṛṣṇa removes his effulgence, then he could see. So like that, there are so many examples. So what is the qualification? The first thing is humility. One has to be humble and meek. Unless we have that qualities, like Arjuna, he never feels he is very qualified to see. Most of us we argue, oh, I can see, we give our own argument. No. Even the deities, we can't understand what is their mood. They are doing Ashtakalya Leela, but we think Kṛṣṇa is laughing at. Kṛṣṇa may be laughing at our foolishness. This rascal, he has come to me, Kṛṣṇa may be smiling to us, but we interpret he is happy. No. Many times it happens, right? At least with me. So like that. So here, there are, that sloka. So what are the different qualifications? Another qualification is the devotees should have sincere endeavor. You have heard Damodar Leela? Why the rope is become 2 fingers short? What is the reason? One is, Mother Jasoda, she tried from morning till the evening. She tried to bind Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa is running from this house to that house. Mother Jasoda is running behind Kṛṣṇa. Then Kṛṣṇa from that house to another gopi. So whole almost village Kṛṣṇa is moving and Mother Jasoda is chasing. Right? So like that, she become tired and she started prospering. Then Kṛṣṇa become merciful. So 2 things are required. One is Lord's mercy and second is our sincere endeavor. So mercy is the ultimate thing. So where from? That Balabhadrana. That is here Kṛṣṇa also, when Arjuna surrendered to Kṛṣṇa, right? And the second chapter, what Kṛṣṇa says, Arjuna says, Karisya Vachanam Tamo. That is in the 18th chapter. So, Sisyastaham Tvam Prapannam. So first Arjuna surrenders. He accepts Kṛṣṇa as Guru. Then Kṛṣṇa starts instructing, right? So there, here also the same thing. We can see the most important qualification is the humility, and that actually blocks our vision. Once a little bit proud, you can see Indra, Brahma, so many pastimes we are reading. So how their pride is pulverized. Even the gopis, they are little proud, Kṛṣṇa disappeared, right? So these are very subtle things. We have to be very careful. And various, even by our own personal endeavor, like Lord Brahma. While Brahma was born, He could not understand. Oh, where he is. He was looking around, who is my creator? Who has created me? What is the purpose? Why I appeared in this place? Then Brahma could not understand. So then he thought, maybe my creator must be at the root of the stem of the lotus flower. Then he started swimming for 100 celestial years. It is like 311 trillion 40 million years. It's unimaginable. That much time Brahma spent, entire lifetime. Still he could not find out his root. Who is the creator, right? So then he came back to his position. Then he started, he just heard one voice. Do tapasya, tapa. Then he did meditation. Tapasya means voluntary. So this is also one of the requirement to see Lord. Unless we do tapasya, our senses will not get purified. Our consciousness will not get purified. In 18th chapter, Kṛṣṇa says, we should not give up 3 things. What is that? Tapo, dana and yajna. These 3 things, even a pure devotee, he gets purified. What to speak of conditioned souls, right? So, like that, then when Brahma did tapasya, then everything was revealed. After 100 years of tapasya, Brahma could see the entire Golok Vrindavan. He could see the Vaikuntha. He could see all the Surabhi cows, how they are, that is how a devotee actually sees. But here, in this particular text, Arjuna is requesting to show the universal form. That is the material form, right? And the yogeśvara, here what is very significant. And Ramanujacharya, also he is a bit technical. Maybe you will, I don't know whether you are getting my point or not. Maybe little difficult. So the thing is, so try to understand that the main thing is Kṛṣṇa is the basis. He is Sada Aishwarya Purna. He is full of all opposition. He already told in the previous chapter, right? So here Arjuna is requesting to show the Aishwarya form, the Aishwarya form of Kṛṣṇa. But if you analyze the Brahma Samhita, the Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena, where the Bhakta, he wants to see the Syam Sundar form, it has 2 aspects. One is personal, one is impersonal, simultaneously. So it is self-contradictory. How can a person be having a person and imperson simultaneously? So that is Achintya Vedavadata. That is the reason why Siddhar Swami mentions in this chapter, 2nd verse, it is said, Kṛṣṇa's power is inconceivable. What is inconceivable? Kṛṣṇa has created all these things. He is present as Paramatma, but at the same time he is aloof. He is different from all his creation. You can't understand this. He is a person. He is staying in his own dham, but he is aloof from all these things. So that is the inconceivability, Arjuna. And Purport also Prabhupada says, don't try to understand Kṛṣṇa by your own speculative power, by reading some scriptures. Many people, they come to Vrindavan, they hear this Ras Lila and all. What they understand? This is so high level thing. Even big acharyas, they feel they are unqualified. So unless our senses are pure, we can't understand that. So that is the thing. And then regarding, so what is required? What is the very simple thing required is the faith. Complete conviction, Shraddha. What is Prem? Prem is nothing but 100% Shraddha. When Shraddha matures, it becomes 100% pure, it is called Prem, right? It's a very nice story, like you all are sitting here and hearing the class. So like that, one Bhagavatam class was going on, and there was one thief. He was a chor, dakat. So he was sitting there in the class. So suddenly the topic of Kṛṣṇa's form came. So how is Kṛṣṇa is so beautiful, he wears so valuable ornaments, he is with the flute. So like that, when this thief he heard, he had a very eagerness. He was very anxious. I want to see that boy and I want to snatch his jewelry, so that I don't have to work, I can earn my livelihood very easily. So what he did is, right from the class, he went to Vrindavan. He came here to Vrindavan. And to everybody's surprise, he could see Kṛṣṇa face to face, where yogis, they are meditating for thousands and thousands of years. We are doing bhakti for so many lifetimes, still we are unable to see Kṛṣṇa. Can any of you, have you seen Kṛṣṇa? No. But a pure devotee like Prabhupada, he says Kṛṣṇa is there everywhere. He has seen Kṛṣṇa in Tamal tree, he has seen Kṛṣṇa on the gate. Prabhupada says everywhere is Kṛṣṇa. So how to see? By our intelligence. Like whatever in the form of the energies, that is energy and energetic are different, non-different. This is all philosophical. So like that, the thief went and he asked Kṛṣṇa, Are you are Kṛṣṇa, definitely. No, yes, I am Kṛṣṇa. No, oh, I am a thief here, so I want to plunder your jewelry. No, 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 you don't take, because my mother will beat me. Kṛṣṇa is very simply, Then, by Kṛṣṇa's association, his heart changed, and he became a sadhu. So like that, we see what is required, the eagerness, the anxiety, the seriousness, how much one is eager to see Kṛṣṇa. Like we are staying in Vrindavan, what is the purpose? Why Prabhuji is doing seva in the DT department? So sincere, he will not miss even a single Mangalarti. Why? Because he is eager to serve Kṛṣṇa. That eagerness is required. Uschah. Uschad nisyat dharyat. Tat karma pravartanat. So Upadesamutta it says. So like that. And one more illustration comes that one cannot see, even one is highly qualified like Narad Muni. You have heard of Narad Muni's pastime, where Narad Muni, after his mother departed, he was serving all the Bhakti Vedantas. Then he started moving, he started walking on his legs. He crossed the mountains, he crossed the rivers, the jungle, everything he crossed, and finally he was very tired, very thirsty. So he just saw a very nice pond where very beautiful cold water is there. So he just drank some water, and under a tree he started meditating Kṛṣṇa. Then in his meditation he could see the beautiful Sam Sundar form. It came. For about half an hour it came. Then he could not see. He was very anxious. Oh, where is that Kṛṣṇa form? But then there was an Akasvani. That is a sound from the sky. You can never see this form again. So you have to take the birth as the 10th child of the Lord Brahma. Then only you can see me. Then that is how. So even though we can try, we can desire, unless Kṛṣṇa, see, whom Kṛṣṇa will decide, we can't say. That is the meaning of yogeśvara. Yogeśvara means he has full authority. Whom to sow, when to sow, how to sow, in which form. So he will choose. Kṛṣṇa has that power to choose. So some of you are sitting, Kṛṣṇa will know, to this person I will reveal. I will reveal means you will see directly Kṛṣṇa standing. You will talk to Kṛṣṇa, right? So like the deities, many pure devotees, they talk with the deities, and the deities walk. And they will, like Raghunandan, Chaitanya, what is that? Gopal. He just took out the laddu and he started eating. But his father could not see, because his heart was still impure, right? So like that. So that is, these are some of the things, and this. So what is required is the mercy of a pure devotee. That is the key factor, and humility. I am just summarizing what are the qualifications required to see the form. So, and Arjuna, what are the qualifications Arjuna had? Just to summarize, Arjuna was a pure devotee. He was very humble. As you can see here, he was not doing any speculation. 3. 4, he had got the mercy of Kṛṣṇa already. Because he has surrendered, fully surrendered. So this is the sloka says. So that is the reason why Arjuna. But as a devotee, it is more of an information for us. Even if you want, like an ant, if an ant is there, it is so small. If you say, tell me what is the news of Ukraine and Russia war, what the ant will tell? It is so tiny. Similarly, the soul, we are very insignificant. So Arjuna is thinking himself, I am very insignificant. You are infinite, I am small, but you are infinite. So when in the Purport Prabhupada says, only by the mercy of infinite Lord, infinite even small can perceive him, can understand him. So with this I will conclude. It's almost I hope I have covered some of the things. So any suggestions, Gauri Prabhuji would like to share? So I'll be happy to hear from Prabhuji. So it's a bit technical, basically. So, but the connectivity has to, one should understand. Then in the next text, Kṛṣṇa is going to show the form, right? Then first he will give the Divya Chakhu and the transcendental vision to Arjuna. Like a very nice illustrative story I remember, Ramanujacharya. one of his disciple, before he became disciple, he was attracted to a prostitute. And he was looking at the eyes of the prostitute. He was so much absorbed. He was walking in a back gear. He was holding the umbrella. He was walking in a reverse direction. And Lord is coming in the elephant procession. He is not bothered. He is not looking at the Lord. He is looking at that prostitute. He was so much absorbed. Then this news came to Ramanujacharya. So when he heard, so he said, bring that fellow to me. I will give him this special mercy. And that same evening, Ramanujacharya is taking him to Ranganath Swami. I hope some of you have visited. It's a huge Vibhishan that took that statue of Lord Rama gave to Vibhishan on the way, and in this posture, Ranganath Swami. One of the largest temple in the world, 7 gates are there. So there, when Ramanujacharya blessed Dasarathi, then he could see the so beautiful form of the Lord, he totally forgot. He totally forgot. So this is what Divya Chakshu. Divya Chakshu, it is not just by our own, some technical computerized thing, or wear some 3D glass or something. And another time, a very nice thing, it happened practically. In Hyderabad, I think somewhere, one long hair Baba came. He said, he was claiming like Sai Baba was telling, I am God. So he said, I will sow my universal plum. Somebody challenged, oh, Kṛṣṇa sowed his universal plum. Can you sow? Yes, what is there? Just come tomorrow. So he said, there is a big maidan, playground. So he said, all of you come there. That time Hyderabad was not developed. It was like a forest. So all the people, they came, but suddenly this, like it is cloudy today, suddenly rain came. He said, my program is cancelled. Because then this is how people cheat. Then sow the universal form. So like that, that is the reason why Arjuna is asking Kṛṣṇa, you get the proof. Whatever you said, you sow. Sow practically. So it is like all the past, present and future Arjuna could see. What has happened in the past, what is the outcome of the Mahabharata war, how those Bhishma, Karna, they are going to enter the mouth of, Kala Rupa. Very ferocious, very wonderful chapter. Hopefully you all can continue. So I'll just stop here. Already 7 o'clock. So if any thing I have told wrong, please forgive me. Any correction, you can make. Mataji, you will like to share something? Premai Mataji. Yes.
Yeah, I can say that Kṛṣṇa can see us when we do.
Yes. See you. Yeah, that is real darshan.
We have to conscious about our activity.
Yes. Anukalyana Kṛṣṇa Anusaranam. Yes. Very nice comment. Thank you, Mataji. So, we have to, we are in a devotional platform actually, but this context it has the material form, which the devotees, they usually don't like. So, Prabhuji would like to share something. Hare Kṛṣṇa. Thank you very much for tolerating my so boring and philosophical discourse. Some take-home message is there from every class. So, thank you very much. Granthara Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Sitanath Premanande, Hari Hari Bo.